So let me see. Let me send this request for this fool. Mm-mm-mm. I can't wait so I can just give him the harsh side eye on screen.
I feel like I'm underdressed, like I need a blazer or something. You got
Like
the
you need a
pearls.
blazer.
You got the pearls on. You got the
Well,
shoulders
sir,
out.
you don't know what tomorrow is. If it makes you feel any better, one of my nails ain't done. The one that I use the most.
I feel underdressed. You know, like damn, like should I?
Listen, look, I'm gonna let you know right now. You may find out later on whenever you come back on here, but I done talked about you like a dog.
It's okay. I'm a forgiving person.
So Jason, I feel like you should know a little bit about me right by now. That lets you know ain't no way I'm staying up until 11 o'clock at night. Because you gonna get on me tomorrow morning. Did you do your workout? Did you hit the gym? But you want to keep me up at 11 o'clock to chit chat with you? No, sir.
You know, conversations are valuable. Things are priceless. So we only live once. So I take every opportunity. Like, hey, imagine if it's your last.
I mean, I guess so, but I'm old. I'm tired. I mean,
what's old?
What do you mean? No, I mean, I'm really not, because I'm 43, but in my mind, I'm stuck at 25. And I'm saying 25 because that's when insurance rates on your vehicles drop.
So do you get discounts at like IHOP and stuff like that? Let me chill. I'm trying to be calm and collective.
Okay, so we just coming out the gate. That's what we gonna do, right on, right.
I'm trying to be mellow. You know. I'm trying to be calm, collective, not out the box. I'm just, you know.
Jason, it's not gonna last. Like, that's just not how we do things. But listen, real talk, I tell everybody, like, 43 is kind of like, man, I'm like, man, when do the discounts at IHOP happen? Like, I need perks about this whole situation. So, like, 43 is like, yay, 43. But where's the benefits? Like, I can't eat off of the senior citizens menu. I can't get free pancakes. I do have a few like choice parking spots that I get because of being a veteran. But other than that, like, I don't get nothing. So, I mean, you can go ahead and bag on me about my age, but
no,
in my mind.
You know, I feel that, you know, as you get older, you mature like wine. So the older, the better.
I mean, that's true. I mean, unless you don't moisturize properly, and then it's horrible because then you start getting wrinkly and whatnot.
Yeah, you know, that age and habits have a big effect. So
we are definitely gonna talk. You know, like, there's no way I was gonna have you on here and not talk about that. So let me go ahead and start this. So Jason and I have never met face to face. But how this started was, for those of y'all who don't know, when the world started to shut down, Jason was a part of or is a part of these guys who look very delicious. Some chocolate morsels. They became quarantine baes. Like, you know, all of us thirsty ass women sitting on the side of social media was like, yes, like, this gives us something to look forward to. So they running around here with baby oil, coconut oil, or whatever.
First of all, there's no baby oil involved. There was no baby oil.
It was some sort of moisturization that was going on that had y'all glistening and stuff.
Just a little melanin and sweat.
And maybe it was the California sun as well. But Jason stood out to me. I was like, oh, look at his smile, right? So I start following his account, and like, he wasn't just like this dude who is like straight up and down. Don't get me wrong, he stayed with his damn shirt off every time he gets a chance.
I put one on for this interview, FYI.
I appreciate it. I know the rest of them gonna be mad, like, Tasha, you should let him go with his shirt off. I see enough of that when we exchange workout videos. But like I realized, like, he has like this really cool personality. Like he loves to laugh and laugh at himself. Like that's something I can relate to. Like it's easy to look at other people and laugh at other people, but when you can look at yourself, look at your own situation and your own life and laugh at it, and not from a place of like, oh, woe is me, like look how beautiful my life is, and try to be humorous about it, but just simply being who you are and finding the humor in every part of your life. I was like, yo, like I really dig this dude. So then we started talking about fitness, and then I, hooked up with you, and here we are, like almost a year later. You kind of stuck with me and my my annoying self, but this is all social media. It's all social media, and I wanted to talk about like, so of course right now you like I'm sure once quarantine kicked off, like the followers and everything started to blow up. But I've always been a firm believer in no matter how big or small you are, social media is just really an extension of who you are, right? So I'm wondering, like, when you first started to get involved on social media and started to, let me give Jason a moment, because beyond him being Mr. Quarantine Bae, Jason actually has a resume, like a real, a real life. So Jason, go ahead. For the people who don't know who you are, go ahead and give a quick rundown about who Jason is.
So how you guys doing? My name is Jason Soaris from Los Angeles, California. I'm an actor. I've been acting for the past 3 years. I'm a health coach. I teach proper nutrition, and I'm a content creator. And I love being myself and showing other people that you can have success on being exactly who you're designed to be versus fitting in a box or an image.
And that's actually, like I said, that's what attracted me to, when I say, because I mean, yes, at first I was like, oh, he's so handsome. But what attracted me to like actually wanting to have a conversation and like engage you beyond just, a random comment here and there was just the authenticity of the personality that you put out there. And I was like, this is something that I can get with. But I also know people have a tendency to start believing that we're something that we don't necessarily put out there, right?
Of course.
with you, I personally, like I said, I was one at first. Whenever I just glanced at everything, it was this. Oh, he's one of them. He's one of those guys who is just gonna sit here and thirst trap all day. But that's not who you are. Like, what made you want to be like just how you are and not? Because I mean, honestly, like you could.
Yeah.
I have seen your comments. I have seen your lives. You could easily ride on just your looks alone and get all the attention.
That's a good question. And, honestly, where I am today has been a journey. And I feel like everyone has their journey of like trying to figure themselves out, or they're going to fit into this box. And I tried to fit into this box. I tried to be the cool, sexy guy, but I'm like, this is not me. Like, and I'm talking about back in high school. My figure out stage was way back in high school. I'm like, okay, high school is like, who are you gonna be? You go to high school, okay, you got the cool people, you got the athletes, you got the funny people, you got the, they're just different, so it's like, everyone has their phase of like, what, you gotta figure who you are out. And so, I'm the type of person, I'm gonna check everything. Okay, let me try this cool shit. Like, oh yeah, but I'm like, this is not me. Like, I feel like I'm only giving a piece of who I am. So, cool shit didn't work, right? I was an athlete all my life, and so when it comes to social media, I was trying. Okay, let's figure this thing out. Like, let's figure this thing out. Who am I gonna be? And and everyone who's on social media, you can see like. You have pages where you've never heard someone talk. I'm like, those people bother me. I'm like, why have I never heard you talk? Like, who the fuck? Who are you? Who are you? You've never said anything on this platform. Who are you? So you have those people. Then you have those people who kind of like, find their lane. The people who are or want to inspire the world. The people who want to, spread joy and laughter. The people who want to be the models. So it's like, I went through all the phases, you know. My background, I was with LA Models for 6 years. And still, even at the agency, I'm like, I'm still kind of like it's cool. Like it was one of my life goals, dreams, but it wasn't my true potential.
Yeah.
I would go to casting.
It was only a small portion and like a fraction of who you actually are. And yeah. I'm assuming like because I mean, don't nobody want me as a model because I'm not. But like you would think like they kind of find out like, oh, this is our brand, this is what he is, and it's very one-dimensional, it's very surface, superficial.
I was in a box, so I would go to a casting and said, Jason, this is this, be this guy. I'm like, all right, like I can, but you know, so but I appreciate that. That was one of my life goals. Boom, checked it off, and then it transitioned me into acting, and I get to be exactly who I am. You know, I get to develop characters, be that, and that brings me happiness. I feel that people are fulfilling certain boxes because they don't know what makes them happy. Yeah. What makes me happy is making people laugh. What makes me happy is working out. What makes me happy is, you know, this spreading energy, because it's nothing for me to do that, and I don't want to get. It's like I'm not looking for anything in return. So yeah. It's been a life journey to where I am today, and that's why like my judgment of what people think about me is very low. It's like, but
I actually think that's what makes you so much more appealing whenever it comes to being a content creator, because you allow people to engage so many different parts of you. And I'll go ahead and you know, I live in the land of transparency, or I at least try to. I started doing this podcast November was a year. Prior to quarantine, I feel like I was I kind of had my sights set a certain way, and this is where I was going, right? This is bothering me. I really should have went and got my nails done. But anyway, I was set a certain way, and that's, you know, I felt like, okay, this is what's supposed to happen. But then when quarantine happened and it shook everything up, there was all I really could focus on was just me working out, and my brain is spinning, and I'm realizing like in my Facebook world, I'm sure, I almost said exposing, but I got to be careful with my words, because people might think, yeah, Natasha do expose herself, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like I share so much more of who I am.
Yeah.
But then on my podcast platform, I'm a little bit more guarded about stuff because I don't necessarily want to share too much, and like what's oversharing. But then what I realized was that's why I have so many people who engage me on Facebook, because I'm telling like these very real stories. Like I'm so normal. I'm so average.
Yeah.
But what's not average is being open about that, you know, average life, that everyday life. So I think a lot of us are trying to find our way. You seem to have found out about that about yourself early, but you know, some of us it takes us a little bit of time, because you want to balance it. You want to make sure you give enough to where people can genuinely get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
But then you don't want to give so much to where nothing about your life is sacred, nothing about your life is private.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So well, I mean, what parts of you do you hold on to though?
I mean, I don't share every single detail about my life. I share what I want to share, you know, and a lot of that is filled with like here's a fact. A fact is we need more energy, we need more positivity, we need more joy on all these platforms because of everything that's going on in the world, because negativity spreads 10 times faster than positivity. So that's step one. Step two is what do I consistently love to do? I love to be happy. I love to laugh. I love to spread joy. So now how can I help the world, help any platform I'm on with the message I want to share? Because everyone has different messages. You know, let's be honest, there's people on social media to spread negativity. There's people on so many different platforms to bring hate and all of that. And so what can I do to help? So I like to laugh. I like to have fun. I like to do fun shit on this daily basis. Now, how can I make a living doing that? So many people have ideas and have all these creative things, but they're like, I can't make a living doing this. Well, I say step one, start doing it.
Yep.
Start doing it. You know, so my biggest step was, there was a day on social media where I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being if you scroll, like, you gotta scroll far. If you scroll, you'll see me like, but that's not me. Like, what the fuck? You know, I was trying to figure it out. I'm gonna have to scroll back because people are afraid to figure things out because they're afraid of judgment. What are my friends gonna say? What are they? You know, a lot of my friends joke about me, but a lot of my friends talk about me. You know, but I don't want to switch places with their life, and their opinions don't really bother me because last time I checked, you wasn't really doing shit either. so I'm like,
I wasn't gonna go that far.
They're still my friends, but they're my friends. They're not my coaches or guidance counselors. You know, like, I respect what you're saying, but you ain't posted in 3 months, bro. Go fuck out of here. You know,
listen, I don't even look at it that far. I simply look at it as, you don't pay not nary a bill up in this residence. Like, not a single one. So you can have your opinion, and unless you're making money off of that opinion about me, I don't care. Because I'm going to still have my life. I'm still going to, you know, like in your situation, I'm still going to be happy with what it is that I do. Because this makes me happy. Me doing it the way that fits me is what makes me happy. You go ahead and wait 3 months to post whatever it is. I, Jason, am going to go ahead and post my TikTok videos so people can laugh.
You already know. And social media is an outlet. It's this resource that people can go to for things. What are they absorbing? What are they getting from you? Exactly. So, and on social media, you can create a whole new group of friends. And then you can create a whole group of friends that like to do what you do and do what you love, and then you create a whole different community. Here's a random fact. Random fact alert. Your friends will not be the main ones reposting and supporting what you do. It is strangers.
Man.
This is a fact.
Man.
This is a fact. So keep your friends as your friends. They don't have to be your support system. Create a support system. And hey, they're still my friends, but a lot of times people get upset at your friends, and you have millions of people who you can inspire. Yep. So, like, don't get upset about them not reposting. Just create better content to where you have random people posting, and you're going to create new friendships. And so, huh?
No, Rob, go ahead.
And so there was a point where I got fed up of living this or being this perfect person on Instagram. I'm like, oh, let me not curse. Oh, let me hide my drink. Like, fuck, man, I got tired of that shit. I don't live a secret life. I got tired of that shit. I was done. One day, I was done. I said, fuck this. I'm going to be who I am, and I don't care, because at the end of the day, I'm going to leave this earth on empty, and I'm going to leave this earth fulfilling everything that I want to do in life, period. So I did it. And it was so fulfilling, and it's so expressive, and now it gave me more confidence to everything I do now. My caring about what people think, I'll be honest, the first post I made, that was just myself. I'm like, what are you gonna say? What are people gonna say? But it was all support. And I'm like, oh shit, it gives me confidence to do it again. Then again, and over years, you develop a new skin, a new layer of,
this is me.
This is who I am, you know? But the biggest thing is getting over the judgment. People, there are geniuses, there are content creators, there are people who have amazing skills, but they will never do them or achieve them because they're afraid of judgment. They're afraid of what their friends are going to say. They're afraid of what social media is going to say. And that's something that we'll never understand. But the people who take the risk are the successful people. Look at Elon Musk. You know how many rockets he exploded before he achieved? Now he's the wealthiest man in the world. Yeah, he believed in what he did. So if we can instill more belief in everything we do, and have more people with that same belief system, I feel like we will accomplish a lot more things. But back to me, I had to get over that hump, and once I did, I created more and more confidence in what I do and what I post, And now, how do I create it as a lifestyle? You know what I'm saying? Like, people are, that's the main thing. Like, yeah, like, you have fun, but how you make money? Every lane is different.
Authenticity, I feel like authenticity will always get you exactly what it is that you need from the people that you need it from.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I genuinely feel like that.
Yeah.
Because whenever you have these people who they alter themselves, or they focus all of their energy into being a certain way, presenting themselves a certain way, and then they end up getting what they think they want, but then they're miserable while they're doing it. Because like you were talking about earlier, right? The modeling part, right? Like, you were in this box. So yeah, you may have had your bills paid, and yeah, you were doing something that you dreamed of doing, but that was only like a small part. The rest of you is dying. The rest of your personality is suffering. Yeah. The rest of your existence, your character is suffering, because you don't get to feed that part of you. And I feel like whenever you are genuinely who you are supposed to be, you'll flourish in your own lane, because that is now just specifically for Jason, specifically for Tasha. But if I'm morphing myself into what they feel like I'm supposed to be, then I'm losing out on who I am.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you're exactly right. And honestly, I want more people to go after and be who they are, because I know people personally, and I follow them on Instagram, and I'm like, who is this? Who is this?
I think we all know those people. Like, we sit here and wait for that. Like, as soon as we see that post, we like, this shit again.
Yeah, everyone who meets me, they're like, wow, you really like this. What you expect? 90% of social media is not really what it is.
I tell everybody, the way that I live my life is, yes, I conduct myself a certain way whenever I'm at my job. I conduct myself a certain way whenever I'm at home. I conduct myself a certain way whenever I am, with my friends. But at the end of the day, on my final day, I can assure you, all of those people, if for some godforsaken reason there's a funeral for me, they will all be able to stand in that room, and nobody is going to tell a story and say, that don't sound like her.
Right. No.
They will all say, yeah, yep, that sounds just like her. So I was going to say, are you okay? Jason just got up and walked off. But no, like, a lot of people, they feel like they act a certain way. Wait, is that your dog?
Hold on.
Meanwhile, so anybody who follows me know, like, I literally just got a puppy on Friday, and she'll be 9 weeks tomorrow. Just got a puppy, and I'm managing mine. Jason, you causing all kinds of havoc tonight. You were late. Now you got the dog acting crazy.
Life is not planned. You know what I'm saying? Life is happening. You either people are gonna like move and shift with life, or they're gonna be a woe is me type of person. Hey! Hey! I'm trying to talk to Tasha right now.
You know what? It's okay. Like, I feel like this is how it always happens, Jason.
But let's get to the tea. Let's get to the tea, Tasha. Let's get to the tea.
Which tea are we getting to, Jason?
Whatever.
So social media, right? This is what I was actually getting ready to say. You know what? So I'm glad the dog was interrupting, because social media can get crazy, and I'm curious, because I've watched some of it happen in your live feeds and in your comment section. I want to know what is like the craziest. Listen, hey, so look, one time I'm on live, like, this was whenever I first started interacting with Jason, and I'm on his live. I'm just watching the live, and you got women that's like, oh my God, you so sexy, you so fine, hey, love me some chocolate, and I'm just like, thumbs up, like. And then all of a sudden you see this other chick, and she's like, pull your pants down. I was like, this woman knows this is public, right? Like, you can't just do this.
Hey.
And then they start talking about what they want to do to him. so if this is what's happening out in the open, I'm curious. What, like, if you were to pull out one of the craziest stories from social media, like it is solely based on social media, what would that be?
Define crazy.
So I don't have anybody like showing up on my doorstep, you know, nothing like that. The I would say like the worst thing that I've had, aside from like getting random dick pics, is this one guy. He kept like professing his love for me, and I like trying to be nice. I was like, dude, you don't know me. He's like, no, but like I love your vibe, you know, everything about you. And this was actually on like my personal page, and then it transferred over to my business page. And so finally I was like, no, like you don't know me. And so he started sending me images of like, is this the gym that you go to? Yeah, so like he was like, because you're in the DMV area, right? This looks like the same gym. I was like, block.
You got stopped.
Because all I'm thinking to myself is, you show up on my doorstep if you want. Like, don't get it twisted. Like I will joke and laugh and play and have fun all day, but when it comes to me and mine, I will do what I have to do. So like that's about as crazy as it got for me. But I'm curious with you, with like, because you got a lot more people chasing you down than me.
You know, honestly, I don't have like a, thank God, no, like, oh my God, what the fuck, this is crazy. But there has been an instance where I was at this location, and you know, I was actually at a hospital, you know, and make a long story short, my DMs are blowing up. This one person, this DM, I'm like, what the hell? Like, this person's like, oh my God, I walked by you 3 times. I couldn't have the courage to say hello. I promise next time I'm gonna say something. I'm like, who is this? So I learned to tag my location after I leave.
Wow. Wait, so they weren't just already at the hospital. They may have already been. I won't tag my location at all now. Like
they apparently walked by me a couple times, and I'm more aware of my surroundings now, and I don't tag my location at that certain time because it's for safety reasons. Like it's some crazy people out here, and you know, like COVID's making, you know, bringing awareness. Look, Valentine's Day is next month. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's another comment. Look, hey,
that's his pitch, y'all. He's single.
I'm saying, ladies, look, I'm gonna do a video about this. Look, I want to prepare you guys for February 14th. Now, look, if your outcome wasn't great last year, okay, it's okay. I want to prepare you guys for February 14th. Now, if you were saying niggas ain't shit, oh, ain't no good men out there.
It's a damn song, Jason.
The universe is listening. The words are powerful, and the universe is listening. So, listen, if you find yourself, we have less than a month.
Jason, we just wanted to twerk a little bit to a good song.
We have less than a month. If you don't have anything serious right now, it might be the time to start looking. Go in those DMs. If you don't want to be single, look, go in your DMs. Start giving people some time, giving some people some energy, because when February 14th comes, I don't want you guys to be upset. Okay, we're talking about this early. I don't want you to be upset February 14th. Open them DMs now. Reply back to those guys that have been ghosting you. Those are some good guys. Okay? Give good guys a chance.
Okay.
We've been in quarantine. We've been, we haven't been around a lot of people. And do you want the same result as last year? If no, open your DMs and say hello. And that's all I got to say. Back to you.
No, I'm not convinced.
I know y'all want the rose teddy bear. I know you want the rose teddy bear. You want to post it. I know you want to post the rose petals on the floor. I know you want to post the heart on the bed. I know you do. Because if you say no, you're a liar. You're a mentirosa. In Spanish, a mentirosa is a liar. And that's you. If you don't want that. Okay? All right. I'm gonna be calm now. I'm gonna be calm.
No, you still gonna start some more shit about this. Anytime we start talking about like the dating world, it's like sometimes we'll find a little bit of common ground, but then you just like go up. You sitting there talking about like rose petals and all of this other stuff. We got less than a month.
That's enough time.
In less than a month, it's coronavirus. Like, how are we supposed to be hanging out?
Listen. First of all, if you're corona free, boom. You know what I'm saying? Look, hey.
Are we corona free?
Whoa, yeah, I ain't got that. You got it? I ain't got it.
I don't have it. All I'm saying is how
look,
we know.
we can go take a test together. Huh? We're gonna swab together. Boom. Let me see your results. Boom. All right. Here's a little bit of trust. Okay.
Then we can take our masks off.
How long let's get to know each other. You don't want no roses on Valentine's Day?
You listen, that is bad advice. I'm sorry. Okay, anybody who is listening to what he is saying, there may be like a modicum of like real good advice. Like if you want somebody, yes, you need to go ahead and start, weighing your options. But I'm not gonna recommend you going full speed just so you can get you a teddy bear that's, magically stuffed inside of a big old balloon with flowers and candies and stuff. Don't do that. Wait until next year or wait until
Tasha, are you gonna have the teddy bear, the rose teddy bear this year? Let's talk about that. Are you gonna have the rose teddy bear?
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Jason, you already know the answer to that.
I don't. We're talking live. I don't know. I'm asking.
Oh, that's right. I do be switching up kind of quick. No, I'm
Do
good.
you want it?
So actually, believe it or not, I'm not a fan of Valentine's Day. I'm not, because I feel like I thought we talked about this. I don't want somebody who feels like, social norms have convinced them of when they're supposed to express love to me. Like I'm that chick who wants sticky notes on my car to let me know that you passed by. That's if we date. If you're a stranger, don't do that shit to my car. But I want something simple. I don't like big gestures of love whenever you act like shit year round. So I'm not a huge fan of Valentine's Day because that's what people gonna do. Like they posted these fucking matching PJs and shit for Christmas. They're gonna have a whole different person February 14th. Like a whole different family.
Hey. Christmas was on Christmas. I grabbed my popcorn. I said, "Oh, you in love today? Oh,
right? Oh, the same one that was up in my. You know what? Listen, I was so red. Like, I have A, I can be petty as shit. B, I'm like so honest about stuff sometimes that it irritates me when other people can't. Like, motherfucker, you was just up here all in my DMs talking about all the sorts of shit that you want to do to me, and now you posting up your girl. Like, don't make me. Don't make me, because I will hurt all your feelings and blow up all your shit. No, because I hate when people front like that. Just don't put me in your foolishness. Like, you can go ahead and act crazy.
Yeah. But
I'm not the one for it. Because whenever I see it, it takes all I have not to be petty and be like, does she know that you want another woman to suck so you can suck on her toes? Like, does she know this? Does she know that you enjoy my jump rope videos because you like what that ass do? Does she know that? Okay.
It's true. In all honesty, holidays are amazing, but I'm like you. I'm that type of person. Like, I want to have fun, do crazy stuff with you throughout the year, so we're not pressed on one specific day. That's my real answer. My real answer is, yeah, Valentine's Day is gonna be amazing, but like we do random and amazing things all the time. So this is a representation of what our life will look like. So yeah, I'll give you roses and whatnot, but I'm not gonna like, we do that shit all the time, you know?
Okay, so with that being said, since you getting up in my business, Jason, who will you be receiving or will you be getting anyone anything for Valentine's Day?
You know, that's a good question. That's a really good question. You know, like,
I know it is. You asked me, so now I'm asking you.
You know, Jesus gonna have to take the wheel on this one. You know, Jesus, take the wheel.
I like how you dodge that. I like how you dodge it.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know.
So, will you be buying anyone anything for Valentine's Day?
Like I said, we are a month out. I don't know.
So in a month.
Yeah.
As you know what, I can't stand people like you. How y'all like, you know, like I can sit here and answer like right now, today, right? If Valentine's Day was tomorrow, so I'm gonna ask you that. If Valentine's Day
so here's something that I do a lot, you know. So I have a lot of female best friends. Well, I have a lot of female friends that are. I was about to say
I can't stand when people say, "Oh, I got 7 best friends."
No. So here's a real fact. I have a lot of female friends, right? And I'm not talking about the social media. Oh, we're friends. Like, no, like, would never mess with them, anything like that. And they're single. So every year we do like a Valentine's Day exchange. And so to answer your question, yeah, I have 3 friends. They're getting roses because they're single, right? And hey, I'm sure no one's making them feel special. I know all the tea. So yes, I am. To answer your question, yes. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So now, is there anyone who you are romantically interested in who will be Jason, look, I told you, I need to be at your wedding reception because I plan on cutting up and probably doing some weird things to somebody, to some lucky man. Hey. Just make sure just make sure your people fine. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know, 2021 has started off with a bang, with everything going on. So you can never know what's gonna happen this year. I don't even know.
Look,
but you will get the first reception, wedding, invitation, all of that. You'll be the first to know.
Cause I'm gonna cut up.
Believe me, social media will blow up. They'll be like, "Oh shit! Oh."
Yep. Hey, all I'm saying is you tell people they can't go live either, and they can't be recording stuff. They gonna have to put that shit on the sideline so I can cut up properly.
So here's a question for you. Why is it that I'll have this conversation today with one of my friends in the gym. Why isn't being a wife a goal nowadays anymore versus back in the day?
Well, because a couple of reasons. A wife is no longer a goal because back in the day, a woman needed a man to have any sort of status. To have anything accomplished, she needed a man. That is fact. Now, women are some of the most educated and accomplished individuals out there. Mm-hmm. So there's this sense of, on one hand, there's this sense of, I don't need a man. I can do all of this stuff on my own. Then you also, on the other side of that, have a lot of us who have become, and I'm going to say us, I had no desire to be married ever again. Also, because I've done that shit 3 times, so ain't no point. But
well, you're different. But
yeah, but even speaking on the ones who have not, they watch all of the bullshit that women go through. Say, why the fuck am I gonna get married? Why am I gonna get married so he can sit here and slide up in somebody else's DMs, be fucking somebody else on the side, have a whole other family, start neglecting me and abusing me mentally, physically, emotionally, whenever I can be by myself, have everything that I want, and none of the headache. And I can go ahead and have him break me off every now and then and send his ass home.
But
it's not worth the headache.
But as humans, we are meant to be with one another.
We can be together. We ain't got to be married. Because you are 100% right. Okay. I am. This is what I say. Like, you know, people are like, you know, well, so what, you just want to be single for the rest of your life? No, I don't want to be single. I am a monogamy driven person. I want my person. I want somebody that I wake up to every day, that I go to bed to every night, that I know that anything that happens in my life, I'm sharing it with that individual. But I want them to wake up every day and make that choice. I don't want them to think, oh, well, shit, I can't divorce her ass. Like, I want them to make that choice every day. So I don't need to be married to you. I got my own shit. I got my house, got my cars, got my job, got my savings. I'm good. You can have your stuff. I can have mine. The day that you get tired of me and the day that you don't want to do this shit no more. So, like, it's not that it's not that people don't want that companionship. It's that people don't want to have that headache and also feeling like they're trapped in a situation out of a legal obligation. So that's why people don't want to get married anymore.
Do you feel that the youth now growing up in this will not get, you think marriage will still exist with the mentality that we're glamorizing on social media?
No. Like my own children, like they, I know it sounds bad to say it this way, but like just from the conversations that they've had and the stuff that they've seen, is discouraging for them, because even the boys their age, they already showing them early signs of what men your age and my age are doing. There's too many options. Like these guys, the minute, you know, they see a fat ass posted up on a bathroom sink, they jumping at it. You know, and so that's Jasmine Sullivan's album that came out. Like it was so telling about like a lot of, and it was beyond just hotels and the sexuality of women, but whenever you think about the heart and like how women have almost gotten broken by how men have viewed us when it comes to our sex and sexuality. Like we're degraded to that. So the minute a man feels like a woman, another woman is a better option sexually, intimately, they stop putting the effort. They stop putting the energy. And I'm not saying all, because I'm not going to go into some man-hating session, but you know, that is the general consensus of girls with OnlyFans subscribers, not engagement rings now. I don't know. That's my girl Simone. But like, I mean, there might be a little bit of truth to that. But yes, the romance is gone. Romance is gone. Like, and that's hard for somebody like me, because I'm very romance driven.
Do you think that well, why do you think that communication and working through problems is not, it's not talked about, and it's not you know, so here's a fact. Social media, the music we listen to, the things they publicly post on any different platforms, glamorize be independent, glamorize fuck him, get over him, get the head, get that bread, leave. They glamorize, you know, girl, forget him, go get someone else, let's go out, you know, but they don't glamorize working through problems. They don't glamorize, have you guys went to counseling together? Have you guys really talked about working through your problems? Because here's a great example. Back in the day, there was no social media. There was no, you know, IG or anything. So like, if I'm married to you, like, do we want to make this work? Like, let's talk things out. Let's work it out. Versus, girl, like, let me go on social media and find something new, because I choose not to work through my problems we have.
So Shay Roxanne said this, and I mean, it was already in my head, but I want to, because I like the fact that people are actually interacting. She said, it's the instant gratification. People feel like everyone is replaceable or the next is waiting in a DM. That's the truth. And I've had conversations even with like a couple of guys that I've engaged or whatever. And I told them, you know, it's not like it used to be back in the day. Back in the day, the only options you had accessible to you were those that you ran into in the club, those that you saw at work, those that you saw at the gym. Now you can holler at somebody that, like, Jason, come on, you all the way in California. You all the way in California. I'm all the way over here on the East Coast, and I interact with you all the time. So if it was if it was really like that, it could just be on some like, you know what? Hey, look, I'm at a rough spot. You at a rough spot. Let's go ahead and hook up, holler at each other, and then next thing you know, like there's this whole other relationship. Back even whenever MySpace was big, you didn't have people like jet setting like that. You didn't have people dropping everything and all of a sudden because of somebody that they met on social media on MySpace, like it wasn't as big as what it is now. Now people will shut it down and give up everything for some random person that was in their DMs, that looked good. So with Marjorie and Lori Harvey, I'm not gonna knock it, but the other thing I want to touch on is you were talking about like all of these songs where women are glorifying just getting up and leaving. Women are fucking tired because you have way too many of these men who get a good woman. I just sat here and had a whole conversation with one of my guy friends, was just like, man, the last dude that I was kind of dealing with, he was like, I wish this dude would get it. Like, you are the prize. Because, and I'm not just saying this shit to market myself, but like, I'm that chick. Like, I have those old school traditional values, but I'm still very much that independent type woman. Like, I got my own shit. I do all of my things, but I also believe in taking care of my man and the traditional gender roles that some people don't agree with. But for me and my household, that is what I need. But this dude, in his mind, he can't get comfortable in a relationship because he believes, every woman sees men as replaceable. Every man sees a woman as replaceable because all people have to do is go into their DMs. So these men are out here acting an ass, and now we have control. We have some level of power. So we like, fuck that. You know what? Get that bread, get that head, and leave. Because if there's no point in us sitting around having our little feelings hurt, going through all of this depressed state whenever this motherfucker, all he gonna do is waste your time and then move on to the next chick and act like nothing happened. He gonna leave you with these kids. He gonna leave you trying to figure out how to pay for a mortgage that you wasn't ready for. And he's off living his life. Meanwhile, you being the woman, you can put your head down, grind it out, give up everything about your life to make sure that the kids are taken care of. This house that y'all bought, yes, that's it. Men are not holding their boys accountable. They like, oh man, that's fucked up. Meanwhile, they dapping him up. Like, they gonna come to his girl and say, oh yeah, I don't know why he did that. You know why he did it, because whenever y'all sitting around, you knew what he was doing. And you let that shit happen like you was part of it. So, and yes, and I definitely don't want this to be a one-sided deal, but I can speak from the woman's side. That is why these songs exist. That is why that mentality exists, because too many men from that generation are believing that I can just do whatever, man. She ain't got nowhere to go. She ain't got no job. I'm the one that makes this money, right? So he treats her like shit, and now you can't treat a woman like shit and her just kind of stick around. Well, you treat her like shit, she will go ahead and roll out on your ass, had a whole fucking house packed up and moved out by the time you get home from work.
Well, here's what I'll say is that the industry pushes hurt music because hurt music sells. There is music that's out that's loving, treat a woman right, but it's not. But they're not going to push that because people they don't want to push that narrative. So hurt music sells, but here's another fact too. A lot of times the women or men who are singing this they don't believe this. They're at home with their wife and kids, but they got you believing, oh yeah, man, she didn't even write that. She don't believe that. She's going home to her husband. So sometimes we really got to look at the bigger picture. Like, this is an entertainment industry, and insert your happiness and communication, what you really want, and don't try to mirror the industry with your life, because they're two separate. They are two separate.
But is it a case of art imitating life or life imitating art? I feel like the reason this stuff sells, like, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it, is like, I will sit here if I'm in a certain mood. I'm not gonna say I'm in a man-hating mood, but I'm just in a man, like, love is love. I don't want to say love is not real, but like people make love too damn complicated. It's too hard. So like all of the sad love songs and stuff, I've been jamming to that in the shower, like probably for like the last 2 weeks, just because that's kind of the place where I am. And I feel like a lot of people, the conversations that I have with my girlfriends, my guy friends, in in the dating world, in marriages or whatever, like it's just a lot of stress and struggle, and I'm in a man-hating mood. Like it's a lot of stress and struggle that that exists. So now I relate to that music. So that's what I want to listen to, because it's like, oh, I'm not by myself in this. I relate to that. But it doesn't mean that I believe that that's all that's there. Now there are some people that get so far in the dumps that they start to believe this stuff. And like Good Living is saying, Cardi B is a perfect example of it. Like she'll sit there and tell you, nah, fuck him. Soon as they do some stuff, I'm out. Are you?
Yeah, she ain't going nowhere.
So some people do buy into it, and they name somebody who made a love song with a successful marriage or relationship. Tamia.
She married to Grant Hill, right?
Huh?
She's married to Grant Hill, right, Tamia?
Yes. But the sad part is like, as dope of a vocalist as she is and songwriter, like, most people don't know who Tamia is. Like I remember Tamia. Maybe that's because I'm older, but I don't know who else has love songs out there. Okay, Tank just barely got married, and Tank, people got questions about Tank. So.
Oh, this is a good question. This is a good topic and a good question. All right, this is good. This is a little out the box. All right, okay. So why is it that if a guy, okay, why this, and this is your facts. I've seen a couple of different documentaries.
Spit it out, Jason.
Huh?
I said spit it out.
So okay. Why are majority black women, why are black women majority, and these are just topics of conversation, so quick to call someone gay because they don't fit a certain image? And now here's a perfect example. A lot of our content has been on multiple social media platforms. The number one like hate thing is like, oh, they're gay.
They
all
this, gay.
They're that. But like why? But let's start there. Why is it that? Like, why are we so quick to be like, they're gay? They're like why?
That's never been me. And I will be the first one to tell you, and my friends can vouch for it. My gaydar is way off, because I'm like, oh girl, he is fine. Like, look at him. And I will have a whole crush on him. And then they come out, like they come around, they're like, he's gay, right? I'm like, what? Oh shit. Never mind. But like, I have a whole fantasy, like, oh yes. Yeah. And then he got a whole boyfriend, like, shit. So I never ever say that about people, but I noticed that about you guys early on. Like, everybody was like, oh, nah, they gay. Why are these men changing around each other? And I'm like none of that made sense to me, because I'm like, I guess because I grew up in athletics, and then of course, in the military, men changed around each other all the time. So it didn't make sense to me. And also because I don't know who's gay. So I was like, wait, are they? But I don't know why that's like a go-to. I know oftentimes for whenever you find, the four, because it's the four of y'all, you have four very attractive black men, and they all single. They all, like, I know that's a big a big question, is that like when people say all of the good-looking men are either taken or gay. So if you're not taken, then you must be gay. So yes, I will go ahead. I mean, I ain't never slept with him, but I know that's all Jason talk. Like, whenever he references stuff, it's always about women. So I'm pretty sure he's straight. But even if y'all aren't, like, I guess I don't know. I don't know why that's a thing. I feel like whenever men make those sort of statements, I feel like it's an intimidation thing. I feel like it's their own insecurities that's speaking. Whenever a man can't be, when he himself is incapable of being soft and gentle, right? They automatically assume that, well, because I'm a man and I'm straight and I don't do that soft and gentle thing, so he must be gay if he's doing that. And it's like, no, like it's okay to be compassionate. It's okay to be soft. So I don't know where that comes from.
I always question this, like, and I'm not the answer. I'm not a solution. Number one, we're definitely not gay. But like, let's just like, come on.
Even if you were, Jason, I would still come to your wedding. Just make sure there's some straight, sexy guys.
Fuck out of here. Like women smell too good. Just like, you guys are like, I can go in on how I love women, but I'm not.
Jason gonna need a moment to yourself right now.
but I always question. It's like, damn, why do, and I say us, and I mean Black people, why do we tear each other down so much? We're quick to do that.
So there's no science behind this, but I'm gonna say, I say that crab in a barrel mentality that we have stems back from slavery, because it was like, whenever you think about like how they would punish slaves back then, like you would, if you made the other one look bad, you were granted favor. So I feel like that stuff kind of passed on generation to generation to generation, to bash the next Black person, because it allows you to at least remain elevated in the eyes of whiteness, who was, ran society. So I think it's just something that we've kind of been groomed into, which I definitely am not a supporter of that at all. Like I've always encouraged my children, even more so, to make sure that whenever we look at each other, that, as Black people, that we make sure that we stay in a position to be uplifting and encouraging of each other. But yeah, and there's also this, she's saying there's also warped ideas about gender roles and people believing what a man is, what a woman is. And because think about it, if a woman has just an ounce of masculinity to her, the traditional masculinity, right? It's like, she must be a lesbian. It's not, but the thing is men don't look as negatively at a woman being a lesbian as what women seem to look at men for being gay. Like men, oh, she's a lesbian. All right, cool. Like, yay. But us, it's like, damn it, we lost one. So, I feel like whenever they see that, like I said, that the things that they don't define as manly, it's automatically, he has to be gay. No,
right,
it's just
right.
a little bit more sensitive.
No, I agree. And it's crazy. I want people to be themselves, but okay, here's a perfect example. I gotta have a Black power moment right now. So do you know the effects of Black unity? Do you know the effects? We are the number one consumers. We're the number one consumers. If we all work together, it gets crazy. Look at entertainment. Look at the box office of Black Panther. Like, if we come together, just imagine the power and the unity we can have. So it is a threat. This is a threat. So unconsciously, we are fed negative to dispute among us, because if we come together, it's what? Come on.
To maintain infighting. It is ideal for the powers that be and the systems that are in place to keep us battling with each other.
If we stormed anything,
if
we stormed anything, it would be a massacre. This is a fact.
Oh yeah, 100%. But we will, let me not say that. I don't want to put that in the universe. we have a hard time getting on the same sheet of music. We have
Yeah.
a hard time
Yeah.
walking in lockstep with each other.
But here, okay, think about this. Who runs the industry?
Are you talking about which industry? Entertainment?
Entertainment.
Who runs it? Like, who has control?
Yeah, who has control?
The financial control of it? Them.
And what are they pushing more?
Oh.
Well, and what are we following? We're following that agenda of the culture of the music that they're pushing, because if we push, let's stick together, let's not hate, let's grow, let's unite. What? We'll be all in Wakanda. We'll be all in Wakanda. I'll be on the trip. Oh, yo, we going to Wakanda. We out.
Look, I'm on that first flight out. First flight.
Imagine if we all stuck together and united and didn't hate on each other and push each other to become better. What type of strength we can? What? That gets me excited. I'm like, maybe my past life I was a Black Panther. I don't know.
that's your African lineage. That's sitting right up on the top.
What?
Jason, I mean, find somebody to disagree with you, because look, when I got my DNA results back and it said that I had a little bit more European in me that I was comfortable with, I was depressed for a little bit. I was sad because my kids were like, "Mama, you can't hold your fist up as high as what you normally do."
Oh my God.
Hey, I'm telling you, like, that was the one time my children almost brought me to tears in the car, because I love everything about my Blackness.
You can't hold your fist up that high?
Yeah, they were like, you need to go ahead and just...
Damn.
I was like, wait a minute.
My dad's Black as hell. He from Nigeria. So I know my ancestral DNA talk to me every day. I'm like, oh, I'm African as fuck. Like, he still got a heavy ass accent, eating fufu, nagbano, in a goosey. Like, I'm like, shit, there ain't no, I don't need to do no research.
Yeah, well, you know, not all of us are that lucky. You know, I have way too many questions about this, and all it did was, like I said, it just broke my heart and upset me. I was like, dang, like, I used to always joke and say, you know, hey, thanks for my hair, massa. But damn, like,
someone said you gotta use a different color emoji. Damn.
Don't do that. No. Because the one I'm like,
that's funny.
The one I use right now, my friends are like, you might want to go a little bit lighter. I'm like, damn it, this is as far as I'm going. Like, y'all not taking this from me. She said, don't do that to me. I'm not about to change my emoji, because my emoji is indicative of what is in my heart. And in my Jason, shut up.
Damn, they emoji checking you. They emoji checking you like, whoa.
We're not doing this though. We're not doing it, because my skin, you wait till summertime come though. We gonna be popping. Hey. That melanin gonna come back. Right now I look anemic. But
listen, I'm here for the sun. Here's another question for you. I feel, no, wait. You go. You're it. Go.
What?
How do you feel the direction of 2021 is going to go with how we started?
I guess because I'm the hopeful optimistic, I'm hoping that, you know, and that was another thing about social media. Social media has allowed us to find out a lot about where the people within our sphere of influence, where they stand, right? Whenever it comes to equality, whenever it comes to racial equality. I'm hopeful, because though she might not be the ideal Blackness for a lot of people, I'm hoping that her connection to the Black experience, as far as where she went to college, the fact that she's an AKA, Kamala has a little bit more impact to push things from a systematic perspective. As far as us in society, I feel like it's gonna get worse before it gets better, because you have a lot of people that are still gonna be upset about how bad how bad that loss was and how embarrassing that loss was.
Mm-hmm.
But then I feel like people are going to start to kind of step away from it. And as things within the government try to balance out and normalize, then maybe people will start to hold hands and sing Kumbaya. But as far as us as Black people, I hate saying it this way, we're going to lose sight of each other again. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, money and power, if you start to give people the idea or the hope that they get a little bit more power, if they align themselves with you, they'll sell their souls to the devil. And they don't care. They don't care how bad it affects the Black community. Think about all of these Black people that were up under Trump for so long. It's because they had power. I mean, I don't care who you were. People had to know this man was crazy. That he was crazy. That, you know, and it wasn't even about Republican versus Democrat for me, because I have plenty of people who I've been friends with, especially being in the military, who were proud Republicans. Yeah. But whenever it comes to just being a shitty human being, the fact that as a person you can align yourself with him, that is where I had a problem. And to see Black people align themselves with him, that was hard. That was hard. And I feel like it's, you know, it's just going to be a different breed of Black people to turn their backs on us.
What are some things or some ideas you can give people to stay positive during these times? Protect your peace, right? We're talking about social media. Be mindful of what you're ingesting. You know, I remember I learned this early on, and it was actually while I was in the military and 9/11 happened. And of course, you know, a bunch of my friends started to get deployed, and everything across the news was bombings and, you know, where there were attacks and everything. And of course, I know where my friends are. So that started stressing me out. Like, it started to weigh heavily on my heart. I couldn't sleep. I was stressed out every day. And I was like, I'm not watching the news. So I learned back then to really be careful about what type of media I would intake. And now with social media, people really need to be mindful, you know, and pace yourselves. Pay it, you know, yes, stay in tune with what's happening, but don't allow yourself to get totally consumed. My daughter is a perfect example of it. She's only 17, she'll be 18. But whenever she notices that she's starting to get overwhelmed with social media, she will deactivate her accounts. She won't get on social media. And you're welcome. I enjoyed doing it. But she will shut down. And I feel like that's something that we all need to be responsible for, is what are we ingesting? Also, find like-minded individuals. Find people who are looking forward to the same journey of life as you. And I'm not talking about, if you're a lawyer, only hang out with lawyers. If you are, you know, if you're a woman, only hang out with women. I'm saying like-minded people who are looking for the goodness of life. You know, that's how I ended up, you know, with my affinity for you, because I recognized that there was this authenticity about you. And even though we have two different paths, I guess, of life, when it comes to what it is that we desire. Like, I love to make people laugh. I love for people to be happy in their own skin. And if you're not happy in your own skin, find out what it's going to take for you to find peace within your own skin, whether that's you recognizing how awesome you are or adjusting what is in you so you can be proud of it. I want people to be happy with who they are. So align yourself with like-minded people. If somebody is starting to bring you down, be okay cutting them off. You don't owe anybody your space. I will cut you off in fucking minutes. If I feel like you are real, for the most part, because if you bring certain things to the table, then I'm like, oh God. And look, I'm just being real. Like, it's a lot of us that's that way. Like, don't try and act like it's just me, because, you know, some people may call it being digmatized or whatever. It's not really that. It's just, you know, you provide a service, and like, why am like, the service is good. Like Chick-fil-A, right? Chick-fil-A
they support things that I don't necessarily back. But Chick-fil-A got some bomb ass chicken, and their Arnold Palmers are delicious. So
You just compare Chick-fil-A to some bomb D.
so I mean, I'm sure people follow where I'm going. Like, you don't 100% support it. Like, I don't, but they keep getting my money. Like, I keep showing up.
Hey, I agree, but you touched on something very important to me in my life, and that is energy vampires. These are so conserving your energy. In survival, like say you're stranded on a desert island, the first thing you must realize is how to conserve your energy, because your energy is what's going to keep you alive on this desert island. Yeah. Second thing is finding shelter. Third is finding water. These are the main things to conserve your life. So now in society and people, you got to be able to conserve your energy, because this is sustaining your life. Yes, like you have home and shelter, but your energy is so vital that I don't think people put energy as a priority as far as things that they need in life. So there are people that will drain your energy to where you have to leave and regain it again. And so that is an energy deficit where you got to continue to maintain, sustain your energy. And those people are poison to your life. And I'm not talking about how they look. I'm not talking about what they got to offer, but I'm talking about the longevity of who you are, because lack of energy leads to stress. And stress is the #1 killer in the world. Stress leads to so many things. And so I'm big on energy. I'm big on cleansing my energy every single day. I wash my body every day. People should cleanse their energy every single day. And so there are some people in my life that they're my friends, but I decide not to surround myself around them consistently because of the energy that I require and how it drains me. And I feel like rejuvenated when I leave. So if people are like, how do I know someone's draining me? Well, if you hang out, here's how everyone can find out. If you're hanging out with a person, having a great time, blah, 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 and then when you go home, you feel relieved, you are around an energy vampire. You have to cut them off because they are draining your life. They are draining the main thing that keeps you operated. They're going to lead to stress. They're going to lead to other things. And this person could look like anything. This can be friends. This could be family. This can be the person you're dating. This can be your wife. It could be your wife. Shit, I don't know,
I actually did an episode about that in my first season, because people have this idea, again, as creatures, we seem to be we like to talk about generations being entitled, but as creatures, we tend to be very entitled. And perfect example is family, because one of the things that I talked about was we have a tendency to believe that because someone is tied to us genetically, that we owe them our peace, that we owe them space in our life. And I still love you. But I'm gonna love you over here. Like I'm not gonna allow you to feel like I owe you my happiness. I owe you my peace. I owe you my joy. And people really need to get beyond that. They need to recognize that it doesn't matter who it is. Whether it, like you said, whether it is your spouse, the only ones I feel like you kind of can't get away from are your kids. And if your kids are energy vampires, you need to raise them differently. But, because I love being around my kids. But if you recognize something is toxic to your energy, to your well-being, to your mental and spiritual peace, you need to figure out, A, if you can get rid of it, and B, if you can't get rid of it, how do you manage it? Mm-hmm. And like you said, you still have those associations, you still have those friendships, but you also recognize that I'm not going to be able to be around this person every day, or you may say, all right, well, I know I can't engage this person after a stressful week at work or whatever, like you at least know that that person, this is what they are. And yes, you have to treat people accordingly. Know who they are, know what they bring to the table, know what they take away from the table. And if all they're doing is coming and taking away from the table, you might want to stop inviting them over to eat.
Yeah, yeah. And it doesn't matter how good you look, there's a sense of entitlement that, people who won the genetic lottery that feel that they're entitled to certain things and they lack a lot of other things. Like Nipsey Hussle said, body like a Coke bottle, but your soul is flat. Your insides is flat. Your insides have not been worked on. Your mindset is toxic. So like, I don't care. Here, this is me personally. I don't care how good you look. I'm around beautiful people every single day. I don't care. Who are you as a person? Who are you as a person? Now, who are you as a person? I can get a better judgment of how you're going to stay or be in my life. Because at the end of the day, I want to live an amazing life. And when I say amazing, I'm talking about how I feel in my day-to-day lifestyle habits. I'm not attached to a dollar figure to make myself happy. I can make myself happy every single day. So now with the people who I allow into my lifestyle, it's like an assessment, like, okay, have you worked on problems? Like, are you healed? Like what type of things do you do to make yourself happy? That's not one of my requirements. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's a lot of checklists that I do on a daily basis for me to continue to be in this realm of happiness and gratitude. And you can't, sometimes people forget, she got a fat ass. You let this fat ass in, but they have not worked on themselves. They have not healed. They have not got over the past. And they're looking for a crutch versus working on themselves and healing who they are as a person, and then continuing to grow.
Yeah, I'm reading some of the comments. People are, quarantine was a perfect time for Black people to tap into themselves. Yes, very much so. I think quarantine allowed a lot of people to, if they really took advantage of the time, it allowed a lot of people to really see just who they are. Mm-hmm. Just what they were made of. If they actually sat back and didn't just focus on the outside, but like Good Living is saying, focus on yourself and tap into who you are, you realize, like, I know I definitely did. I realized where I had so many more strengths and where I had weaknesses that I had been covering up in my busyness. Mm-hmm. In my running around with work and kids and my social life. There were areas where I was like, oh shit, I need to address some things. And I mean, and I'm still there. Like, I'm still there. And I'm like, oh,
we all are, we're all.
Yeah, but that's the difference though, Jason, is that a lot of people still maintain that busy state to where they never focus on just stop and be with yourself. Be with yourself, sit with yourself. And I'm not just talking about your physical being. I'm talking about the source of who you are, your energy. What are you? Mm-hmm. And if people really sit with that, a lot of people won't sit with it because they know they're not ready to deal with that. They are not ready to deal with the reality of who they are and what they are, because if you recognize who you are and what you are, you have two choices. You can either look at it and say, okay, I got work to do, and dig your feet in and go ahead and make it happen. Or you can walk away from it, but then you have to let everybody know, yes, I know I'm shitty, but I'm here to go ahead and smear my shit all over your life. Please and thank you. Mm-hmm.
No, yeah.
Most people will say no.
I agree with you 100%. And quarantine exposed a lot of things. It exposed, people who needed to go places to be validated. I gotta go here to validate who I am.
I gotta be seen.
I need to show this I need to be in a club to validate who I am. It exposed people who needed self-work. Like, damn, if I'm not around people, I'm depressed. I need to be somewhere where I'm gonna take on this type of depression. but it also elevated people who were looking for opportunities. So, you know, the quarantine was, you know, one of the best times of my life because it gave me time to focus more on me and improve that and flourish on that. Be more creative. You know, I created the quarantine bays. You know, I learned about the stock market. You know, I learned.
Thank you for that.
Do y'all want to know how the quarantine bays got started?
Yes. Yes.
Here is how it got started. So, you know, when quarantine first happened, boom, LA was shut down. Boom, governor was like, shut all this shit down. I'm closing the gyms. I'm closing the stores. I'm closing everywhere. Y'all ain't going nowhere. So my boy had a gym in his house. So I said, bro, you working out today or what? You know what I'm saying? So, so I pulled to his gym. Me and him work out. One of our other boys is like, nigga, like, what y'all doing? Y'all, like, I want to work out. So the next day, it's three of us, you know? And then, you know, me, I'm on a lot of different social media platforms, just consuming content to get creative ideas. And so I was like, yo, I know what will go. I say, we're all working out. Let's do this video. Everyone didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it. I said, trust me on this.
Good.
Trust me. And I said, all right, let me direct it. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all do your thing. XYZ. Boom, boom, boom. I did the video. We're looking at it like, two people didn't post it. The first video, 2 people didn't post it. They're like, nah, I'm going to hold out. I'm like, nigga, just going. Post. Other guy, post. We went to sleep. Shit blew up. It all came from I just want to be funny. I'm like, hey, this would be funny as hell. Let's just do this. It's the one in the kitchen. Pick your quarantine bay. You want cooking bay? You want sweeping bay?
Sweeping bay. You want the one cleaning windows?
So I'm the last one because I'm shooting all the videos. So I'm always the last one because I'm shooting it. And I said, let me wipe this window. Wipe your window, bay. Just to be funny. And that shit took off like crazy, you know. It took off like crazy, and here's another thing.
Because you had a bunch of us thirsty single women sitting back at home, like, oh, we can't go out and look at men, so we're just gonna say, oh wait, who's this? Oh, and they got their shirts off. Is that coconut oil that he has on him?
Listen, I know what goes. I said, you know what? This is going go.
And it did. And it did.
You just never know. But you'll never know if you never do it.
I thoroughly appreciate it. I know I snagged the video. I posted it on Facebook, and I was like, y'all. Like, everybody was on it. So I was all over it. Everybody was paying attention to it. And like I said, it was obviously it was something that was very sexy, because you have these 4 attractive men. But it was, there was still comedy involved in it. There was the creativity. There was the swag of it all. Like, it was something to distract us. It was distracting, and it allowed us to kind of not have to think about just how much the world was falling apart in that moment. So I think most of us, that's how we discovered them. I don't remember. It came across me because I didn't know you or any of the other guys at the time. But somebody reposted it, and I was like, ooh, that one with the smile. And one of my girlfriends was like, oh, but he's too skinny. I said, I don't care. Look at his teeth.
There's never a bad idea. I want people
just
to realize
poor execution.
You never have bad ideas. And the more you can take on that idea of, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. You never know where it's gonna go. And our last thing, BT bought one of our videos, and so it was it aired in December. So it never, we're getting brand deals now. You never know what your potential is, or you never know what's gonna go until you just do it, execute it, try it out, see what happens. My thing is, let's just do it. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's do it.
Just go.
Let's go. Some people are like that. We have conflicts, but I'm like, man, I'm just gonna because you never know. I don't want to leave this earth. I want to leave this earth empty. Like I want to do everything I've always wanted to do in life. Everything.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely say this. So, because I got my puppy, I gotta go deal with and let her get to bed. But I'm a firm believer in making sure that, you know, for myself and people also understand you have one life. You don't get a do-over. Even if you do believe in reincarnation or any of that sort of stuff, this is still your chance. The span of your life, your existence right here, right now. Make it count. And let it be on your terms. Let it be what it is that you desire for your life to be. Don't sit here and try and live your life for other people, because other people have their own pen and their own paper writing their own story. So don't let them hop over and start writing on yours. Meanwhile, you're missing out on opportunities for you to have what it is that you want for yourself. So I love the fact that you live your life like that. And I think it's also something that allows other people to watch how you are and be inspired and encouraged to kind of live on their own terms. Like, stop worrying about what everybody else is thinking, worrying about what everybody else thinks is appropriate or whatever, and just live your own life and be happy, because when it's done, it's done.
And none of my family is like this. I'm the only one like this.
Oh, you're the weirdo?
I'm the creative, fun guy. At the family reunion, it's me. I'm turning this motherfucker up like, guess what? My partner in crime is my aunt. We be taking shots, everything, turning it up like, I'm like, I wish I would have known you were my age. My aunt's name is Beatrice. I promise you, I wish I would have known my aunt when she was my age, because we turn up right now. I'm like, damn, imagine how you were. Is it like, you know, it's funny, but
it was in perfect timing. It happened the way that it should have, because you would probably have no liver if y'all grew up at the same time.
Man, you know, I honestly want to live a great life, and I appreciate everything.
But Jason, of course, whenever I ask you, you immediately say yes. So Good Living comments, and she said, this was a dope talk. It's important that we see that men and women can talk about the tough issues and topics and have good communication. And I will say that is one of the reasons why whenever you are on lives, I have no problem chiming in, because I do enjoy talking with you. I think you are very open and honest, and I think it meshes well with me and my transparency, and just kind of, shit is what it is. Like, you know, if we don't acknowledge stuff as it is, we can never ever move forward. So as always, I mean, of course, outside of this, I appreciate you for, you know, you pushing me and the journey that this started out as, and now it's turned into this friendship that I'm really enjoying. So I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on here tonight. And if you are not following him, go and follow Jason, because I assure you, if nothing else, Jason will have you laughing. He might make you look at yourself and say, like, wait a minute, is he talking about me? Because a lot of his stuff is kind of like, dang, like, stop yelling so loud about my life. But go follow him. It's Jason Soaris. So go follow him, and of course, stay tuned, and you'll get to see whatever other crazy stuff will show us a ponytail, sis, before you leave. Oh, my girl, my hair is a mess. Because it's about to get pulled back up, because I got to get to the gym bright and early in the morning. But anyway, Jason, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Of course.
And, I'm sure I'll be showing you my workout for tomorrow. Everybody else, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you take care of yourself. And as Jason said, and I continue to reiterate it, live your life on your terms. Stop worrying about what everybody else is thinking and doing, and go and live your life. So take care of yourself, stay safe, and wear your fucking mask, people.